Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host, Frank the Vamp. And tonight, I'm overjoyed with pleasure and with awesome anticipation because tonight, we are starting with the Puppet Master franchise. And we're kicking it out with part one. And I couldn't be happier. Um, the Puppet Master series, where how can I say? It's B movie gold. They're B movies that are really well done. Some of them cheesy, some of them outrageous, but they feature these really wicked puppets that stayed in everybody's mind ever since their first creation by Full Moon in 1989. They kind of stuck on people's psyche, and for people like me who grew up and was started to be a teenager during the 1980s, this was like the big deal. This is one of the first official horror films that I going through my teen years, and that I saw, and I loved it ever since. And I began to follow the franchise, and they're just awesome films. However, part one, it's particularly special because part one is just something that just absolutely stays with you because it doesn't quite have the same B movie value. It's just more like a straight up horror film, but a really good one actually. It has B movie elements a lot. In fact, some of them, but it's a mystery, and it doesn't abuse the puppets a lot. They're not on screen a lot per se. However, when they are, they're all fantastic. Let's just before I begin praising the film ever more, much more. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the who's in it, and talk about the plot, and then we'll dive into what makes this movie terrific. Directed by Demi Schmuller, written by Charles Band, and starring the awesome William Hickey as Andre Toulon, Paul Lemat as Alex Whitaker, and the very beautiful Irene Miracle from Inferno fame, Dario Argento's Inferno fame, as Dana Haley. And what can I tell you about this film? First of all, let's just start talking about the plot. You see, Andre Toulon was a puppeteer, and very famous puppeteer, 20s, 30s, and he had these dolls, right? But he basically had a power that back from ancient Egypt that the Egyptians had sort of perfected the way of getting you know breathing life into dolls. Kind of dolls are sort of like vessels, they're empty vessels waiting for something to go in them. And as we go through the series, we learn that some people that has passed away, some demons, inhabit the dolls, and and basically the puppet master kind of controls, and they kind of do their, the puppet master's bidding, and they're very creepy dolls. In this movie, we see Toulon, and by the way, I tried to. There'll be some spoilers throughout all the movies, but I'll try to keep it really light for part one. But Andrew Toulon, it's found, since he's got this awesome secret, right? This, that pretty much you can do a whole bunch of damage if you know this type of magic, right? So the Nazis, actually discover Toulon's secret, and they wanna, get him and get capture him and get the secret, right? But Toulon is onto them, and right before they can grab him, Toulon commits suicide. While hiding his secret of his of his demonic dolls, right? We 50 years later, where we see a bunch of psychics that are mean all in this hotel where you know back where it happened, that Toulon's suicide, right? And one of the psychics claims to have found the secret of of breathing life into the puppets, Toulon's secret, right? But when the psychics arrive, they notice that the guy that's supposed to know the secret appears to be dead. So kind of a bummer, right? But something's rotten in Denmark here, and people start dying, and somebody's playing some not such a fair game, and little by little, there is an intricate plan by one of these psychics to actually, uh, or the dead man's widow, to get rid of the rest and keep the secrets for themselves. I'm going to tell you how, but what I'm going to tell you is that the movie's climax involves the puppets, and they are their best kills. Cool, gory, and awesome things. Where can I begin praising this movie? Okay, as far as B movies goes, the acting is really awesome. William Hickey is awesome. He's been in horror films like the Tales from the Dark Side movie. I always love him. He was he was so creepy. He passed away a while ago, right? But he he was awesome, and he gives a creepy vibe, even though he plays Toulon, and he's a short secret. Irene Miracle is awesome as a psychic, and she is not only beautiful but kind of deadly, and kind of like really like she's onto like she fights and she knows what's up. I mean, she's a real deal, freaking witch, man. Um, the when what happens, the mystery, the reveal, it's all really awesome. There's no, I'm not going to spoil that for you, and you don't see it coming, really. I mean, it's really well done. So acting all around works great. um, as far as the the kills are well done. um, some are really really creepy. The special effects for a B movie, they're fantastic. Love the stop motion animation. That's not done very much anymore. It's everything CG, right? I mean, we actually see the dolls, and somebody took the patient of animating them and see it. There's some strings things, and there's some effects of the camera, kind of rolling on a rail, or perhaps some kind of toy car or vehicle, which which simulates the. But I love the breathing of the doll. So love the kills. Love the effects. And one great thing that I think that puts this film above, to be to by my opinion, my humble opinion, and one of the best in the franchise. I mean, that's the one that started it all, and he has reached a cult following. That this film is really creepy. It's really scary. I mean, you actually do get scared, and it doesn't have that cheesiness that kind of like you kind of laugh, when it's over the top. Nah, not this one. This one, the real deal. I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching for sure. I'm gonna tell you, one of the best B movies I ever seen, as far as B movie goes. Um, I'm also gonna tell you, that because this is the Puppet Master franchise, we are going to feature a specific doll in every, what was the coolest doll? What was the one with the goriest kill? Or and we'll have a memorable, like we'll have a, runner up type of thing, honorable mention. Yeah. So, the you know the puppet that has the most style. And by the way, one of the very few puppets that appear in every Puppet Master film is Blade himself. It's right there. Look at him. How adorable, right? Look at how scary this dude is. Look at that empty look. Look at that. I mean, his eyes are so deadly, and when they popped up, well, you look at his hooked, and you look like his little knife. He can carry you up, can he? Oh yeah, love Blade. So Blade, it's the man in this one. He just does some kills that are fantastic, and he's so ruthless. One of the most ruthless puppets of them all. Everybody's great in it. Love the fact that love all of them. But if we're gonna mention a runner-up, definitely Leech Woman. The way Leech Woman kills, I dare not say it, but it's so messed up. And she was very close to winning it all, but it's just the style. Blade just has that trench coat, man, and that killer look. It's awesome. But Leech Woman, she's so beautiful, adorable little doll until she kills you. So, honorable mention. Jester really looks really cool in this one, and Pinhead. Even though he's got this little tiny head, he's got big hands that can choke the life out of you. So there you go. So that's Puppet Master 1. Stay tuned for the next video, which is Puppet Master 2. And you know, it's Puppet Master, man. It's a B movie masterpiece. So I'm gonna rate it. So because these are all B movies, right? They're not rated as regular movies. They're rated on a B movie scale. So B movie scales are usually higher because sometimes they even rate by cheese factor. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie, because it's one of the coolest B movies ever, an A. This is a solid A. Coolest B movie, one of the coolest B movie ever. I can only think of very few, maybe less than 5 movies. I would say they're either comparable or even better than this one. Pick this up if you haven't seen. So even if you're not a fan of the series, this may star you up. So Full Moon is fantastic. Love this film. Hope you love it too. Can't say enough good things about Puppet Master #1. And let's see you next video for what I think about this, the sequel. Please leave comments, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. And also, let's go ahead and please ask you to subscribe. And thank you so much for subscribing and being such a cool school audience. Take it easy, be blessed, sleep tight, don't let the puppets bite.